Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and in this video we're going to break down the ICON Airform helmet available at RevZilla.com. So what we're going to see new for 2019 is an entry-level helmet from ICON. Now the Alliance and the Alliance GT, they are going to be going away, and taking its place at the entry-level standpoint within ICON's line is going to be the new Airform helmet sitting on the table in front of me. So we're going to see a couple of the key features of both the ICON Alliance and Alliance GT blended together to give you the Airform, and we're going to discuss that as we work our way through this video. So the main thing you'll note, polycarb construction, 2 shell sizes, 3 EPS liners, DOT ECE rated. This is a helmet that's going to come in around the $185 price point. And when we threw it in the scale, in a medium, it came in at 3 pounds, 10 ounces, which isn't exactly heavy, it's not exactly light, it's exactly what we would expect from a polycarb helmet. Sizes are going to range from extra small up to 3XL, but keep in mind, whenever you're trying to figure out what helmet is going to fit your head, it's less about the size and more about the internal fit. So the internal fit on this is going to be very typically ICON. It's going to be intermediate oval, really leaning itself to the long oval form. So if you know that your head is a little bit longer front to back, narrow down the side, the ICON Airform is going to be one that you want to take a look at, especially considering normally when we get into entry-level helmets, most of them fit on the intermediate oval to round oval side. So if you're looking for a sub $200 helmet and you are looking for that long oval fit, the Airform is definitely one to keep in mind when you're trying to find the right helmet to fit the old noodle on top of your shoulders. Now, when we talked earlier about the fact that this is slotting in at that entry-level price point from ICON, the outgoing Alliance was around the $170 mark, and the Alliance GT was around the $200 mark. And when you bumped up to the GT from the regular base Alliance, you got the internal sun visor. So that is going to be incorporated here as well. And you're also getting the upgraded visor that's straight off of the Airframe Pro. Was the first to really introduce the optics face shield, and that's now being carried down in here as well. So the fact that this is coming in around the $185 mark, you're actually getting a lot of the bang for buck features in the upper end of ICON's line, kind of starting to trickle down into what you're seeing in the Airform. You can see I'm just kind of actuating the internal sun visor, the little switch over on the left-hand side. So really easy to reach up even with gloves on and push that down or pull it up depending on how you want it to sit. When we're looking at the vents on this, there are going to be 4 intake vents. The one note to make, the vents on the chin cannot be closed. So these are going to be open active vents at all times. The only way you're going to close these if you want to wear the helmet in the winter months is a little bit of duct tape on the inside. So the vent on the top, however, will be opened. You can go ahead and open or close that. One of the things that I like, and I'll point this out when we get to the inside, is that you have really deep channels cut into the EPS liner to really help promote the airflow. The only thing I don't like is a very tiny little vent. So there's not a lot of mass space to allow that air to push in. Once it gets in there, however, if you are riding with the face shield kind of cracked, it does help to promote the airflow based on the channels that we'll see in just a minute. When we're taking a look at the overall profile, you get a little bit more of this hawksbill design, a little bit more of that kind of a GP style out of the helmet, a little bit more aggressive in its look. The other thing to note too, for me, even though the inside of the fit is going to be more of that intermediate oval, the outside of the fit, or the outside of the helmet, does tend to look a little bit round. So if you're typically smaller in size, this only has 2 shell sizes. So if you look at something in ICON's line like the Armada actually has 4 shell sizes. So if you're typically a smaller size in the helmet, the Armada is just going to look a little bit sleeker than this will in the smaller sizes. But that's just more of a cosmetic thing than it is anything else. As we get around to the back, ICON's really known for its crazy styles and graphics. Initially, what you're going to see this in is you're going to have a white, a gloss white, gloss black. You have the Rubitone, which is the matte black, and I think there's like 1 graphic available. I'm expecting to see ICON really branch out into the graphics once this helmet gets rolling. But you'll notice these little air diffusers on the back. These can actually be removed, and you can get different colors that'll slot in here, just allowing you to really fine-tune the look of the helmet. That's something new that we're seeing from ICON. They've dabbled around in that in the past. They used to have the big horns on top of some of their helmets. It's just double-sided sticky tape, and then once you pull these off, they can't be reused, but the new ones will come with double-sided tape to actually adhere to the helmet itself. So at this point, let's go ahead and take a look inside what we have going on here. I'm going to go ahead and put that up. I want to just pull the cheek pads out to start with. And the one thing that I like is you got Velcro at the base and then just 2 snaps. So very easy in, very easy out. You do have the Hydradry liner, and it is contoured to your face. So very comfortable liner that we're seeing from ICON. And again, with the Velcro, it's easy in, easy out. And you'll notice that you do have the cutouts for the speakers. So if you are installing any of the speakers or comm systems, you know, you can pull those cheek pads out, stick the speaker in, and then just Velcro them right back into place with the 2 snaps. The one thing to note here is that typically with ICON, it's not going to be the easiest to utilize with a clamp mount. So if you are using a comm system, the clamp mount's usually not going to be the best one because of the walls of the helmet are just too thick. So you would have to use the sticky mount that comes with most of the comm systems in today's market. Same thing, Hydradry liner. We're taking a look at the main liner for this. One of the things to note with this is that it actually has a brow mount that mounts up in the top of the helmet, so you don't worry about any snaps in the forehead, which can cause undue pain if you're using it over time. So, you know, pretty premium style liner from a base helmet. And then you can see those massive channels that we talked about earlier, really deep cuts, really helps to cut down a little bit on the weight, still maintaining an ECE DOT safety rating, and it helps to promote airflow. Again, like I said, the only real nitpick that I had with that was I wish that the vent on the outside of the helmet would have been a little bit bigger. But really, when you're considering this is an entry-level helmet from ICON coming in around the $180 price point, and we're seeing them incorporate some of the more premium features from the rest of their line into this helmet. It's a pretty great addition, especially considering there's really not too many long oval fitting helmets sub $200. So this really does fit pretty much a hole in the market as far as I see it. So for those of you out there that want a little bit more information, you want all the nitty gritty on the ICON Airform, now would be a time to reach out to one of our Gear Geeks with any additional questions that you have, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. I want to thank you for joining us for this look at the ICON Airform helmet. I am Spurge. Enjoy the ride.